Welcome to Movieztalky, where we dive deep into the most underrated movies and bring you detailed explanations. In today's video, we're exploring the epic fantasy film Gods of Egypt. Get ready to uncover the intricate plot, legendary battles, and mythical beings that make this movie a visual spectacle. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of ancient gods and epic adventures. The story begins by showing a thief named Baik, who used to steal clothes and jewelry for his lover, Zaya. Zaya was a religious girl who believed in the gods, but Baik was an atheist and also a cunning thief. The same was the atmosphere of the temple of some of the gods who were far away from him today, because today Osiris's son Horus was going to rule the kingdom. Now here we learn about all the characters of this story. Actually, the sun god created the whole universe and created humans, and he made his two sons Osiris and Set to rule over humans. But the sun god made Osiris the king of all the green areas from the blue river of Egypt, while Set was the king of the desert. Now Osiris's only son Horus is the god of winds, and Hathor, the goddess of love, is Horus's lover. But there were some bad souls behind Hathor, so Horus gave his lover a ring made of 42 stars, which is his protection. Now the time had come for Horus to rule the kingdom, so all the small and big gods are included in this context, and humans have also come to see their gods as kings. After all the customs and traditions, Osiris was about to crown his son Horus. Then Osiris's younger brother Set, who is the god of the desert, comes there. But when he comes there, he very cleverly takes control of everyone from his army, and his brother Set, who is also the god of the desert, comes there. And he declares himself the king of Egypt, and he says that whoever bows before me will only remain alive. Then all the humans and gods bow before him. But Horus fights with his uncle Set to avenge his father, and while fighting, they both come to their divine form. Now there is destruction everywhere due to their fight, and all the humans run away, saving their lives. But in this fight, Set hits Horus hard, and finally, he drops Horus and takes out both his eyes, and he is about to kill him. Then, on the command of Hathor, he leaves him alive. Now, as soon as Set comes to power, there is chaos all around, because he only makes humans slaves, and the gods who try to rebel, they kill him. And he also made a new law on rebirth, that if a person has a lot of gold when he dies, only then can he be reborn. Now in these slaves, Zaya was also a slave of a designer named Urshu. Urshu works for Set, and he designs his minarets, palaces, and many other things, but Beck also used to come here to meet Zaya. And just like that, one day Zaya tells him that you have to help our real god, that is, Horus, because there is only one Horus, and she gives him a map of the treasure and says that Horus's eyes are kept here, and you will have to steal it and give it to Horus. But there will be many dangers in the treasure, from which you will have to be very brave. After this, Beck somehow reaches that treasure. But this was the real danger, because there he had to cross 3 bridges, and there was a separate net in each bridge. But Beck, in any case, was risking his life. So he crosses all 3 bridges, and he gets one eye of Horus, but at one point he gets stuck in the middle of thousands of bee shoes. But then Horus's eye gets a lot of light, and his life is saved. Now after this, he takes his eye and reaches Zaya. But by then, his entire planning is understood as Urshu, and he catches them and gives them the death sentence. They catch them and take them. Then Beck takes out Horus's eye, but the soldiers of Urshu start chasing them and start throwing arrows. Then one of their arrows hits Zaya, and she dies there. Now Beck reaches the tomb of Horus, and he makes him feel his eye. But he has a condition to give Horus his eye. He says, if you want an eye, you will have to revive Zaya. But Horus does not accept this condition, and the fight begins between the two. But Horus is helpless and finally accepts his condition. After that, he sees Zaya's body. But after seeing her body, he says that now I cannot save her, because it is too late. And if she wants to be alive again, she will have to be reborn. After that, he calls the god of death, who takes Zaya's soul and goes on a journey of her rebirth. But Zaya, who died in the condition of a slave. That's why her rebirth is very difficult, because she did not have a lot of gold to give. Now, because Horus could not save Zaya, that's why Beck does not want to give her eye. But Horus forcibly snatches his eye from him. But he gets angry to see that Beck has only one eye. That's why he starts to kill her. But he says, I know how to defeat the Set. Actually, where his powers are imprisoned. I will take you to that pyramid because I have seen its map. But in return, you will have to find a way to bring Zaya back. Now, Horus promises him that he will definitely bring Zaya back after becoming king. Now, after this, they both set off on their journey. There, the Set finds out that a man has stolen Horus's eye. That's why he goes to Horus's tomb with his soldiers, where he finds Zaya's body. And he understands the whole conspiracy by seeing this. Horus takes Beck to a small mountain, from where the way to reach the sun god is made. But without both eyes, Horus cannot take on his divine form. That's why he asks his grandfather for powers from the sun god. After that, he takes Beck to the sun and flies. Now, after reaching there, his grandfather, that is the sun god, gets on his boat, where he had to fight the evil Kalsursa of darkness every night, which came every night to eat the world. Now Horus tells his grandfather everything, how much trouble he is in. But the sun god says that I cannot give time to all this, because I have a lot of work to do with the whole universe. After this, he asks the sun god for that magical water, through which the fire of that pyramid can be extinguished, and the powers of the Set can be reduced. Now the sun god also gives him permission. After this, they both return to the earth with that magical water. And Horus's divine form is finished, because Horus can only come in his divine form when he has both eyes. Now they are in the jungle. That's when the Set's soldiers attack them. Now there is a lot of fight between Horus and those people. But finally, one of the Set's soldiers drops Horus from the mountain. Seeing this, Beck also jumps with him. But before going into the depths, Horus opens his weapon that he had, and they both survive. After this, Horus says that the Set will now send his most dangerous people to kill us. Now the Set goes to Hathor's lover to ask for something from him. As we know that Horus and Hathor loved each other very much, and Hathor was also the goddess of love and had a lot of powers. Now the Set says to Hathor that you will take me to the world of the dead, because I want to rule that world too. But for this, Hathor clearly refuses. Actually, Hathor also found out that Horus has got his eyes. That's when the Set moves forward to kill Hathor. But before that, Hathor takes out a magic bracelet from her hand. And when she does this, she goes into the world of the dead for a while. But very soon, she wears that bracelet again, so that instead of the world of the dead, she goes somewhere far into a desert. Now there we see that Horus and Beck are at a very old temple. But then the two dangerous women sent by the Set come there with big snakes, the snakes that are burning their mouths. And these snakes attack Horus and Beck, but both of them were hiding from them. But then the goddess of love Hathora goes there, who uses her power to kill monsters like those snakes. After that, these people go there where Horus has another eye, and that place is a is a pyramid. Now Beck says that I know about this place and I can go inside it. But Hathor says that going inside is not that easy, because when you go inside, there will come a very big metal monster in front of you, which will ask you a riddle. And if you don't give the right answer to that riddle, that monster will kill you. Hearing this, Horus now decides that he is the god of intelligence. That means he will go to the god of knowledge, because he has the most intelligence and he is the most intelligent. After that, these people go to the god of intelligence and tell him everything, so he gets ready to help them, and they set off on a journey. But on the way, Hathor learns about the deal between Horus and Beck, that Horus has told Beck that he will bring back the soul of his lover, which is impossible for Horus. Hathor feels very bad about this because he is using Horus Beck to take his eyes, and such actions do not suit a god. Now after this, Hathor asks Beck, "Do you want to talk to your lover?" Because Hathor could have contacted the world of those dead people, and Hathor does the same, because of which Beck can talk to his lover. He tells Zaya that you don't worry, I will get you out of there very soon, because our god Horus is helping us. Now after this, these people reach that pyramid, but there was no way to go inside it. But Beck says, I know where the door to go inside is, and how will it open, because he knew that there is a well inside, through which that door will open. After that, he goes inside through the middle of 2 stones, and somehow reaches that well with great difficulty, and as soon as he turns that well, then a door opens. After this, everyone comes inside. But now, these people were moving forward. That's when that big metal beast comes in front of them, who will ask them a riddle. Then that beast starts asking them a riddle. The riddle was that I was not there, but I will always be. No one saw me and will not see, but every living and breathing person has faith in me. Tell me, who am I? Then God of Intelligence thinks a lot, that the answer to this riddle is the coming tomorrow. And this answer is correct. After that, that metal beast disappears and lets them go ahead. Then Horus is about to take out that water and just drop it. That's when they get trapped in a trap. After that, the Set comes there. And here we learn that all this was the conspiracy of the Set. Now, as soon as the Set comes here, God of Intelligence takes out his mind and says, "Thank you very much, I really needed this." Then as soon as he sees the opportunity, the Set picks up that magical water and is about to put it on fire. Then the Set shows the water to the water and says, "Is this necklace of your lover Zaya's?" Saying this, he tries to provoke her and says that Horus has used you because no one can revive the dead. And he gives that magical water to the Set. After that, the Set leaves that pyramid, and then the pyramid starts falling, but Horus somehow manages to save himself and everyone else. After that, we see that the mind of the Set God of Intelligence fits into his mind and becomes very powerful. After that, the Set goes to his father, that is, to the God of the Sun. And he also came here with a wrong intention, because he wanted to take that royal weapon of his father, with which he will become the most powerful. That is why he attacks his father and snatches that weapon of his father. Now it will happen that the devil of the dark world will now be out of control forever and will destroy the world. There we see that Horus, Beck, and Hathorus have come out of the pyramid, but Beck is feeling very bad here, because so far he was only being used. But here, Hathorus helps him. She calls the god of death here and asks, what is the price of going to the world of the dead, on which the god of death says that the price of going there is very expensive. Hearing this, Hathor shows the horse of death his 42-star bracelet and says, "Can there be any greater price than this?" But now, because of that bracelet, Hathor will go to the world of the dead. That is why Horus refuses to do this. But still, she takes out her bracelet and she goes to the world of the dead herself. Now, because Beck has got that bracelet, that's why she also goes to meet her lover Zaya, where Zaya's soul reached the last door, and here, for her, there was a very big test that if she gives a lot of gold, only then she will be able to go back to the world. But then, here Beck comes with that magical bracelet. But there we see that the dark world has come here to stop her, because the sun god who stops her is no more than the god of death, tells Beck. Go back to Horus quickly, because he is the one who can stop the devil of this dark world. I will not be able to control it for long. Then Beck returns to this world and tells Horus everything. But there, near the set, despite being the royal weapon of his father, he lets that devil come into this world. But there, Horus comes and tells the set to stop the set. But a very big fight begins between them. But in this fight, the set was also beating Horus, because Horus was not in the form of his god. Still, he was fighting the set. Now, finally, one time, it comes that the set is going to kill Horus. That's when Beck comes there and helps Horus. But now, Set, he leaves Horus and fights with Beck. But now, in this fight, Beck, from the set, he takes the other eye of Horus and throws that eye towards Horus. But here, Horus decides that he will save Beck. So, he grabs before he falls and both hang up. But then, Set, from that royal weapon, attacks there, which starts the fire. So, Horus leaves his hand and both fall. But, while falling, suddenly, Horus changes his form. But here he finds out that all his powers were not only in his eyes, but in the fact that he left his selfishness to become a good god and help someone. And now, once again, a fierce fight begins between Horus and Set, in which, after a lot of fighting between the two, Set finally loses. And there comes a time when Horus is about to kill Set. Then Set tells him to give me another chance and leave me alive, because I also left you alive. But Horus says that I am not stupid like you. I will never do the mistake you have made. Saying this, Horus kills Set. Now the devil of the dark world was moving towards that magical water. Then Horus goes to his grandfather, that is, the god of the sun, and he returns his weapon to him, using which the sun god sends the devil of the dark world back to his world. Now in the meantime, we see that Beck has died. But even after Horus gets his powers, he cannot revive anyone. So he picks up Beck and puts him in the grave where Zaya, that is, his lover, was kept. Then the sun god comes there and tells Horus that, my grandson, tell me what you want. You will get what you ask for. But Horus says that I do not want anything except what I cannot give. After that, the sun god revives Beck and Zaya. Now after this, we see that Horus has become the best king and a powerful god of all Egypt. And here he makes a new law that after dying today, rebirth will be achieved not by wealth, but by good deeds, mercy, and the river Delhi. What do we do in this world's life? How do we do it? Only its importance will remain, nor a lot of gold, silver, and wealth. And after this, now Horus goes to the people of the dead world, from where he will bring back his lover Hathor, who had saved Zaya's life by sacrificing her own life. And now the conditions of Egypt have become very beautiful and peaceful. And with this story ends here.